8 most employable courses you can study in the UK as an international student that gets you a Tier 2 visa. Let's get into the video. Now, this program is actually centered around 3 main components. Now, the first one is it a master's program or an undergraduate you'll be doing? And the next one itself is the career path you would take. And the last one is the salary. And that actually leads me to the first one, which is business and data analytics. Just for context, what they actually do is to leverage on data and to leverage on tech in order to improve business performances. So this one, you can actually do a master's program in business analytics and you complement that with management, or you can actually do something around MSc data science or analytics. So that's actually the programs you can actually do with this one. The career path is very straight to the point. Is that how you go and become a business analytics or you venture into data analytics? Now, I also like to clarify that they are not the same thing, but the reason why I actually put it together is because they are very, very similar and they go together anyway. So that's why I put it together. So for salary, just before I get into this one, the salary is based on an entry position with respect to someone having a 0 to 2 years experience. So the salary we will get for this one is around £35,000 to the higher bracket of £50,000. The next most employable program you can actually invest in as an international student here in the UK is computer science. Now, this is a very broad category. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't have a background in computer science. Oh, or maybe I do have a background. What should I do? To be fair, I mean, if you don't have a background in computer science, but you have a very decent background with respect to science, or you have other background, you can actually go for the most technical ones. But however, let's just get into the programs you can do. You can do MSc Information Technology. You can also do MSc Cybersecurity. You can also do Artificial Intelligence. You can do MSc Big Data Science. You can even do MSc Computer Science Engineering. And these are the programs you can venture into with respect to computer science. So to be fair, the career path is very straightforward. You can specialize with respect to network security, even software engineering. You can venture into artificial intelligence. You can even specialize in cybersecurity, etc. Now, the salary band, like I said, is also based on an entry position. If you're actually very skilled, you would get nothing less than £60,000. But just for the sake of this video, for people that actually new or that just have 0 to 2 years experience, you would actually get something around £37,000 to £55,000. And this is actually based on the industry you would be selecting. For example, if you're talking about the tech industry in itself, you might get the higher bracket. But if you're talking about generic industries, you might get within the lower bracket. The next most employee program you can actually invest your money in as an international student is management. Now, this one is very interesting. I sort of have a background in this field, and it's a very, very broad field. So what kind of program can you do? You can even do MSc Management. You can do something around leadership. You can even do international business, etc. You can even go as far as doing an MBA. With respect to MBA, I would advise you specialize in your MBA so you can just basically have what part you'll be going into. So what career path can you get into? You can get into a lot of career paths with respect to this one, specifically consulting. Now, what type of consulting? Operational transformation, strategy consulting. You can get into risk management, and I believe you'll find what you're looking for. But overall, the very popular one in this field is management consulting, and you get something around £41,000 to as high as £50,000. So the next most employable program you can actually invest your money in is the MBB'S, which is the health sector. Now, you can actually get into this one with respect to doing an undergraduate degree if you don't have any background, come into the UK and study nursing. But if you already have something within this one, you can come into the UK and do a master's program in nursing. And another funny one in this one is dentistry. If you already have a background in this one, you can also come into here. There are a lot of jobs and a lot of sponsored opportunity here in the UK with this one. There's also something with respect to biochemistry. And of course, if you want to get into public health, this is also a very interesting one. And I believe in this one, that's where you'll be talking about what career path. You can become a nurse, you can become a dentist, you can even specialize. And a very popular one is to become a carer here in the UK, which in this one, the salary band overall, we'll be talking about at least around £22,000 to as high as £35,000. The next on my list is a field that I actually invested over 5 years of my life studying. Before I get into that one, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel because I make videos that can help you in your job search and also help you in studying in the school of your dream here in the UK. Like I was saying, the next one is finance and accounting, and this one is very, very interesting. Now, what kind of program would you be getting into? To be honest, I'll give you a top advice. If you already do a BSc in accounting already from your home country, I honestly think it's a waste of your time to come and do MSc accounting. I mean, it's better you just get into a professional certification like maybe ACCA, etc. But overall, if you don't have any background in finance or something, you can still come and do a bit of accounting. You can get into finance But if you've done accounting already, I mean, you can specialize in finance, you can do MSc Finance. So this one, the career path is very, very straight to the point. If you study MSc Accounting, there's a high tendency that you specialize in accounting and you become an auditor. You can also get into tax, etc. There are a lot of career paths in accounting anyway. You can even get into management accounting. With finance, you can become an investment banker. There are also some non-technical roles. But with respect to investment banker, just for me to create the context, it's very broad, but you can talk about becoming a trader, you can talk about becoming a portfolio analyst, etc. How much then would you get in this one overall? Because accounting does not pay so much in the entry position. You'll be getting something around £24,000 and up to the higher bracket of £55,000. Now the £55,000 is if you actually want to specialize or you want to get into investment bank, because investment bank pay the biggest block. So if you want to get into this one, that's where you get into the higher bracket. The next on my list is one I believe you would think, oh, it's not possible, but guess what? It's engineering. And this one, I've recently noticed that a lot of companies are looking for engineers. Now, what type of engineers? You can actually do an MSc program in engineering with respect to civil engineering, mechanical engineering, petroleum engineers, and they are actually being searched for. I also want you to know anyways that this niche is a very unique one. You don't get so many opportunities, but then there are a lot of companies. There are a few companies still looking for people in this one. The salary band is very decent, starting around £33,000 to as high as £43,000. So if you actually have a background in engineering, it's one you can actually further your studies in here in the UK. The next on my list is HR and marketing. Now this one is very interesting, but up until recent time when I started putting in a few research, there are a few companies also looking for HR specialists. Of course, people will recruit for them. And people always think that as an HR, the only thing you can do is to recruit. There are many aspects of HR that you can specialize in. There's also marketing, very, very interesting one. You can go as far as doing an MSc in digital marketing, MSc human resource management, and you can complement this with a few certifications. They have their certification. The salary band for this one is around £30,000 to £45,000. Next on my list is actuarial scientist. Now this one is very mixed. Why? Because many people always overlook this one. Now you can actually have a background in economics, have a background in mathematics, statistics, etc. And you can come into the UK to further your studies. You can even do something in MSc actuarial science. You can even come into the UK to do something around mathematics. But the thing is, these core skills that is required in this role is you have numeric skill, you can analyze, you can critically analyze, you know how to communicate, etc. But as long as you are very good in numbers, you'll be fine in this one. What's the salary category? It starts from around £27,000 to as high as £30,000. So this one is something you must also look into. I also want to call your attention to something. Despite the fact that these are the 8 most employable programs, I would like you to know that in the UK, as long as you're applying to entry roles, something around 0 to 2 years experience, you should know for a fact that whatever you study does not really matter. However, this is not considering some programs. For example, you want to become a nurse, what you study matters. But I'm talking about, for example, you want to become an auditor, you want to get into tech, etc. What you study don't matter. There's something called transferable skills. So all you need to do is to tailor your CV and of course prepare yourself for that interview. So even if what you're looking for is not on the list, finish your program, and I believe you will still find what you're looking for. One more thing though, so now that you know the top most employable courses here in the UK, I would also encourage you to watch this video where I actually share the strategies that actually helped me get 2 tier 2 job sponsorship here in the UK in just 1 month. See you in the video.